In 1998, I was wanting to be a machinist. I was in my early 20s, life was good, going out partying every night. That's when my life changed. I started to get headaches, and I just thought that was hope for me, being in that age, going out, drinking with my friends, and getting up in the morning and having a headache. I never thought anything of it until I noticed that I started having vision problems where I couldn't see out of my left eye. So I made an appointment, went to the ophthalmologist, and the ophthalmologist confirmed what I knew from before that morning was there's no vision in my left eye. That weekend I got headaches, and they're really bad headaches. And then on the Monday morning I went to the Royal Alec Hospital where I told them what had happened, and they prepped me for my CT scan. And after it was over, the doctor who in there said to me, you know what, we found something and we're going to admit you right away. So he told me that it was a brain tumor. He prepped me and sent me over to University Hospital because that's where they would do things like that. And he said I probably would have to get surgery. I had a pituitary tumor in my brain that was the size of a baseball. They're going to operate, and what they're going to do is, I'm not sure the exact terminology, but it's basically a vacuum tube with a camera that goes up my nose, and that's how they're going to extract the tumor. After the surgery was over, I woke up and had gauze in my nose and my throat. It was pretty rough, and it took me a few days to recover from that. So I went to go see my neurosurgeon in early December of 1998. And here I thought, it was all done. I was out of the woods. And when I went into his office, he told me that barely touched the surface. The tumor was still there, and what they removed, they could not get all of it. I was left with basically two choices, and that was not do anything about it, and if I went along that way, the tumor would get large, and I would lose sight in my right eye. It would damage my optic nerve in my right eye, and then eventually I would just bleed out, and it would cause me to die. And I just laughed a little bit. I'm like, that's not an option. So he's like, well, the other option is the surgery, which is very risky, and that would be them actually cutting my head open and removing the tumor. And he said that was really risky, where I could have a stroke right there, I could have a heart attack, I could be paralyzed, or worse off, there would be a good chance that I would not come out of that surgery. I thought about it for a second. I'm like, well, I don't have much of a choice. If I want to live, at least this option too, where I go for the surgery, is my chance where I could live. I walked out of there and I was still in shock, but I thought, you know what, it is what it is, and I will fight for what I can do, and just leave it to God, to see what I can do. A couple of weeks later, wasn't much, where they had booked the appointment for my operation, and sure enough, it was on my birthday. And I left. I'm like, go figure, my birthday. But a doctor's office called 2 days before and changed it to the Monday after my birthday. And my birthday was on a Friday. So, I had family over at the house for my birthday, and I treated my birthday as it might be my last. I'm like, you know what? It's my birthday, let's have a good time, and we'll see what happens on Monday. Monday morning, I was rolled into the operating room, and with my family by my side. Well, the surgery was I think it was about 6 hours long, and waking up after that. And I still remember my mom being there, and I looked at her and I asked her if everything was done, and she's like, yeah, it's over, And I remember laying in the recovery room and thinking, okay, you know what, I think that's gonna be okay. The doctor did come in the next day and told me that the surgery went very well, as expected, and they removed majority of the tumor. And there was a long recovery ahead, where I would have to go through numerous MRIs and then go through an intense 5-week of radiation. Radiation was tough. After each session, each day, I just felt like I had run a marathon because it was just so tiring and exhausting. They were going to monitor me for a little bit. They didn't want me to work or anything. And I could not go back to doing what I was doing as a machinist, and my life would change because of my surgery and because of no vision in my left eye. I was at home, depressed, thinking, what is my life? I wasn't able to work, earning no money. My family doctor highly recommended me to start working out and getting active. I lived close to the William Lutsky YMCA. I lived literally across the street, and I never thought of, going there to exercise or anything like that before. And my mom, who was a member there from when it opened, told me that, I believe that they have some sort of program there where, if you cannot afford the membership rates, they would be able to fund the membership rates for you. But I walked in and walked to the front desk and I spoke to Diane, told her my situation, that I wasn't earning any income, and I was told from my doctor to come in and start working out to lead a healthy lifestyle. She set me up for my membership at a reduced rate, and I was able to come in and start working out. And I did that regularly. I think I came in about 3-4 times a week. When I met the doctor again, a year later, I asked him, hey, can I start working? Can I start doing anything? He's like, you know what? You can volunteer if you want, but not very often. So I went back to the Y, and I asked around for volunteering opportunities. This is some way I can give back. I can pay back for what the Y's done for me. So I started volunteering at the member services desk, and I did that for about 2 years, and I loved doing that. And they welcomed me, and they made me feel part of the team. And I couldn't wait. I thought, you know what, this is where I want to work one day. I was amazed how nice it was and how friendly the people were. I went and I asked, I said, you know what, is there a way for, an opportunity for me to work here at the YMCA? In 2006, that's when I felt like, okay, you know what, this is where I want to be, and I asked if there would be a full-time salary position open. Sure enough, the following year there was, and I applied for it, and I got that position. It came with benefits, it came with dental, and it had all the benefits that I needed. And I thought, you know what, this would work. I think my life is leading a good way.
I've known Rahim since 2000, since he started volunteering, and I worked here part-time. And we've worked alongside each other in different roles. We've switched roles back and forth, basically. Either I've been in command or now he's in command. So, as I say, we've worked alongside of each other right from day one. His work ethic is excellent, so he definitely leads by example. And I think he has an excellent relationship with all of his staff.
He's laid back, he's fair. He treats people like people, and that reflects with the members as well. He started off as a volunteer, and he's just grown into the Y family. He supports the core values of the Y. He's fair, he's respectful, and he's a hard worker. It's not like working with a co-worker, it's working with a friend as well. Because he's like that. He's just very fair, he's open, he's very approachable.
And one day while I was working, I was helping this lady at the front desk, and I recognized her last name. And I was looking at her file, and on her file I saw the name Robert Broad, and that was the name of the neurosurgeon I had. So I asked her if that was him, she's like, yeah, that's my husband. I said to her, you know what, he saved my life, and I explained to her what happened about my tumor, and I said to her that, he saved my life. But then I thought back, I'm like, so did the Y, because, after my surgery, the way I was heading with depression, the Y was there, and, with the help of the YMCA and my family, it's where I am today.